I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we are joined by a very talented author. Her name is Katherine Hill-Daneke. She is the author of a riveting novel called Faith and Conviction. It is a story that intertwines family secrets, societal changes and challenges, as well as a heinous crime that leaves an entire community in shock. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Pro Isle Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. We ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful book. The link is below this interview. Katherine, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is such a unique and compelling story. How did you ever come up with the idea for it?
Oh, well, I'm just, excuse me, I'm a little bit hoarse this morning. I don't know why, but I just have a creative imagination.
Okay.
I was very, very good in English in school, and I loved working with storylines and reading and watching the soaps and seeing what it was that I did not like.
Yeah.
So I tried to focus my book on the positive in that regard.
Absolutely. Let's give the folks at home the big picture. What's the book about?
Well, excuse me, I wanted to base it around a family with 3 children, a daughter and 2 sons, and they all have different personalities with different career goals and things. So I wanted also to incorporate the friendships that they have with the people that they know, and that bond of coming together and seeing one another through thick and thin. And I think I did a good job with that, because as you read To Be Continued, which is after Faith and Conviction, and At Day's End, which is the end of the trilogy, I think it will give my readers a feeling of something that was successful that can be done. There are so many things we hear about in the news and TV and all that are so bad and horrible and negative. And so I did not want to go down that road. I wanted to do something where people do get along with each other, and not necessarily that they agree on everything. And I wanted to throw some stories in there like the Jogger killer, and not give out too much information about that person, but I wanted the reader just to be mesmerized by who could it be. And I also was, I put Leslie, who's the doctor in the family, that is a Langston. She has a dog, a pit bull named Kong, and she is a jogger. So she does run across this person, but Kong is with her. And I wanted a mystery in there so that there would be something to solve. And they do.
Yeah, and that's what keeps the reader engaged, having the mystery, having them trying to figure out, who done it and that kind of thing. Now, you set the story in Savannah, which I think is such a dreamy place to set a story. Are you familiar with Savannah? Have you lived in Savannah? Did you visit Savannah? Tell me a little bit about your research and putting together the story of the Langston family.
Well, I just wanted it to be close to where I live now, because I'm in Georgia. I'm not in California anymore. I've always heard things about Savannah, watched things on TV, and I just came up with it. I've never been there.
Okay. Well, you need to put it on the bucket list. It's a great place. It does have a very timeless feel, a little haunted feel, and the gardens, of course, are wonderful there as well. Yeah. So in your book, you have 2 neighborhood bad guys, Al and Frank. Tell us a little bit about writing these characters that kind of tread the lines of morality when juxtaposed against the Langstons.
Well, I wanted them to have a friend that's named Johnny that they did go to school with. And of course, excuse me, boy, my throat today. I did not want all of them with the same personality. So I decided to make Johnny the one that breaks away from these guys. But the things that they do to get ahead are, of course, not the right roads to travel, but I wanted one to be a little more aggressive than the other. And that's just the way my thought level was going.
Mm.
And you will see that in the second book, they both end up going to prison because of what happened. And I wanted one of them not to just to go along the same path. So after his time is served, his whole view changes.
Yeah.
And Johnny, of course, goes on to become a paramedic because Dan takes him under his wing because he sees promise in Johnny. And when you read the next two books, you'll really see Johnny's character develop
How,
more.
yeah. How many books are in the series overall?
Three.
Three. And it's done at three, or is it possible a fourth is coming?
The fourth one will be about one of the characters who has grown up and now she is in college. And so, yes, I will continue, excuse me, not necessarily the same storyline, but it'll be about her life, her college experience, this boy that she went to the prom with, and what he's going to do and what she plans to do with her future.
Gotcha. Now, the Jogger killer's unique method of mutilating the victims creates, an eerie, haunting aspect of the story. What inspired this part of the plot, and how did you balance the suspense with the novel's overarching themes?
Well, I wanted something really gruesome to happen to keep the reader's attention.
Yeah.
And I've watched enough, Criminal Minds and stuff like that. So I just came up with something that seems as though some killers tend to come away with some kind of souvenir.
Yeah.
And that I know was pretty rough, but that's what I wanted it to be, to hold the attention of the reader so that they would just keep flipping the pages, wanting to find out what it was and who it was, which I think a lot of the readers that are my friends were shocked at the at the outcome.
When you find out who the killer is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tell me, have you envisioned this perhaps as a series on TV or?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
I am hoping to become a bestseller, and the storyline and the whole trilogy is good enough for a movie or a miniseries, either one. And I think that the readers would really like to see that because it'll be a little bit different than what they see on TV now. And I would love for that to become something that is my goal.
Yeah, well, I think it's a worthwhile goal. It's a great book. You've got the story right there. So Hollywood, if you're listening, we have a wonderful story here all ready to go, written by Katherine Hill-Daneke, and it would make a riveting series, that's for sure. In beautiful locales, like we said, it's set in Savannah. I can't think of a prettier place to set it, which is also kind of dark and haunted at the same time. So it's a great juxtaposition between what's the good people of the town, the bad people of the town, and this awful crime. Who would you have play Dr. Leslie, by the way?
I've been thinking about that because I do want to have some input as to who the characters would be and what they would look like. And there's an ethnicity issue also, with Jeff.
Yeah.
And so I haven't really thought of an actress that is out there that everyone knows. So I would really like to see students who are in drama classes in college right now with new faces be the characters that I would see as the main characters in the family, the Langston family. Not necessarily very well-known people, but someone who is wanting to reach a goal and wants to take drama seriously.
I agree. An emerging actor would be wonderful for all of these roles. Let's get some new faces out there, some people that you don't have preconceived notions and ideas about. So it's as original as the story itself. Katherine Hill-Daneke has written a wonderful series of novels. The one we focused on today is called Faith and Conviction. What are the names of the other stories?
As you see, Faith and Conviction ended with To Be Continued. So that's the title for the next book.
Okay, wonderful. To be
To be
continued.
continued.
Okay.
And the third one is At Day's End.
Wonderful, wonderful. And do you have a working title for book 4 yet?
Yes, the name of the character
Okay, great.
is the title.
Wonderful.
It's a female, and her name is Jade.
Gotcha. Wonderful. Well, lots of good luck, lots of success with these stories, and I do hope they get translated onto the big screen or little screen, as you will. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight, Katherine.
Well, thanks, and it's been a pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.